To all of my friends in Chicago that are Bear fans, what the hell was that?
That was a mess.
I have the feeling the commissioner's going to stop by.
Oh boy. Let's go.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up?
Good morning! Snowman here to all you Brock Purdy and San Francisco 49er haters. Shut up! I gotta thank you, Shane.
I mean, whatever happened to the games where breaking 100 points was, I don't know, unusual?
There was one word to sum up the All-Star weekend.
Trays. Cause we take this job so serious.
Splash Brothers, yes. Ray Allen, replace him with Steve Kerr. Reggie Miller, yeah.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Oh yeah! Is everybody ready?
Not really, but I'm here.
Good answer. Good morning. Welcome to the Manic Monday post-Thanksgiving edition of Snowman in the Morning. Glad to have you all with us. This hour today is powered by Invader Coffee, fuel for the fearless, and also powered by McDonald's. Get your breakfast, get your breakfast, earn some points, earn some free grub. McDonald's. Check your local McDonald's for more details. I had a request made of me over the weekend, and it came from Victor.
Okay.
Because I called Victor right after we got home on Thanksgiving, and I got to tell y'all that Thanksgiving adventure a little later. Right after we got home, I saw the final 2 minutes of the ball game between the Bears and Lions.
Mm-hmm.
I unleashed a whole bunch of cuss words when I watched it. And I knew right there Uber Fools would be fired. He wouldn't make it through the week. So now the Bears have an interim coach, and we don't know who the hell he is, preparing for San Francisco. Now, I'll get to San Francisco a little later because our season's over. We are just too beat up to come back from that. But back to business. The request was for Victor to have the floor first to talk about that Bears debacle.
Mm-hmm.
And while he does that, I'm probably going to wind up finishing my breakfast. But here thanks to what the Bears did, are some random musings of and with our audience listening in Chicago on WIRU, it's all yours, Victor. Take it.
Dear Chicago Bears, you morons. You idiots. I don't know how to express the amount of aggravation and anger that I saw. Not necessarily as a Bears fan, because my fandom with the Bears has been waning for the past, I don't know, 5-6 years. But the fact that you could mess this up on such a monumental level is astounding to me. Let's take this piece by piece. You had 43 seconds. You were 43 seconds away from at least tying the game, much less winning the game. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You're first and goal at around, what, the 15? Caleb Williams throws an errant ball to the feet of DJ Moore. You get another playoff, which actually helps you get closer, but unfortunately gets called back to legal hands in the face. You know what? Fine. But then you brainless morons don't even look up to see the clock still running. After Caleb Williams takes another sack, Caleb has been pretty good at making sure that he gets rid of the ball so he doesn't take sacks.
Mm-hmm.
Not this time.
Not on Thanksgiving, no.
Nope.
He's tiptoeing through tulips of Soldier Field with the football in hand, and he gets plowed.
Mm.
You think someone say, timeout?
Yep.
You have Matt Uberfools over there. Timeout. Caleb Williams. And I'm going to throw Caleb Williams on here because Caleb Williams, this is not a talent issue. This is a mental issue. Neither you nor any of the people on that team, nor anyone on the coaching staff thought to say, timeout.
Nobody.
Timeout.
Nobody.
So the clock continues to run. It continues to run. It continues to run. It continues to run. I'm like, spike the football. You're not calling timeout. Get on the line, spike the football.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Roman Dunes, I don't know what he was doing. Doing jumping jacks along the sidelines or something. Trying to raise the roof. I'm like, get on the line. Get on the line. No. So time continues to wind down. And the last thing you do is another play action and a pass to, I think it was Keenan Allen, which doesn't go anywhere. And the Bears lose in dramatic fashion. You guys had a chance to take down the number one team in the NFC North. You had a chance to keep the curse going of the Thanksgiving game with the Detroit Lions. No. You said, no, let's give them this gift. Let's give them an early Christmas present.
An early Christmas present?
Stop it. Get some help.
That's the only thing that's the only way I can explain the abject idiocy of this play.
You know what? I got a better way to describe it for you.
Do you speak it?
I don't even think you could say there's no language to express how bad this was. And I know people say, well, Caleb's young. He's a rookie. This is not a football situation. This is a mental situation. These are basic. I can't say BASIC. Basic mistakes that were made on both the Bears, those players in the team, as well as the coaching staff on the sidelines.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, where's their offensive coordinator? Heck, we can get Staley the Bear to call them out.
That's bad.
No, instead we're just going to let time wind down, hold the time on our back pocket for another loss. It's like the Bears are the only team to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. You had the game against Green Bay, where for some reason you decided to do a 2-point conversion that you didn't need. It sets you up. What's up? What a point behind?
Mm-hmm.
You march on the field, and the field goal gets blocked, so you lose. Now, granted, yeah, you probably would have been in a situation if you kicked the extra point, or you probably would have been, and you probably still would have had the field goal blocked. But at least you make smart football decisions to keep you within the game.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. Chicago making smart decisions?
Bitch, please.
It's foreign language, I know. You go against the Vikings. You pretty much do everything right. Get the touchdown, get the 2-point conversion, get the onside kick, move all the way down the field, get the field goal to tie the game, do overtime, and you still lose. I'll give you that. That was just a situation of you lose to a superior team. Fine. What about this? What's the excuse here, Midwest Committee?
You know what? I hate to say it, but I think I got their answer.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
And then, Uber fools, why you let this moron talk to the media, I will never understand. Why you let him talk to the media before you decide to can him, I don't get. Maybe you decided to try and sabotage his hiring prowess, because the fact that he doubles down on this bonehead decision that even the most staunch in the moronic public will understand, yo, that's a bad call. That was a stupid idea to do. And he doubles down on it. And now you finally say, well, we're getting rid of him. He's fired. That's not good enough. Everybody's got to go. And I do mean everybody's got to go.
Sounds about right.
Because the abject idiocy that this culture has cultivated, it cannot last here. It cannot.
Although it has.
But it's got to go. I cannot believe that the Bears messed themselves up. And that's not the only team that's done it. I get it. And the only team that peed away their chances at a win on Thanksgiving weekend. But just the sheer idiocy of those 2 minutes made me so aggravated that even though on a day that we all agreed we weren't going to talk about work, we weren't going to talk about anything, we were just going to, enjoy food, football, and family. We were just going to enjoy ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
I had to come back and watch you idiots squander away a prime opportunity to win. Even though you're out of playoff contention, this could have helped you in the standings in the division. My God. This was basic mental idiocy at the highest level, and you can only attribute to this as the Chicago Bears. This is what the Bears do.
Mm-hmm.
I almost thought it was time for us to just, you know what? Before I was thinking about it, I don't really want the Bears to leave. No, go to Arlington. Go to Arlington. Go wherever you want to go. Go wherever you want to go, Bears, because I cannot see Chicago even wanting to be associated with you anymore.
Wait a minute. Chicago being associated with the Bears further?
Shut up, bitch!
And I'm going to say it. Everybody's got to go, including you, Caleb. I cannot defend you anymore because you also, this is the thing about franchise quarterbacks. They understand everything that's going on. Absolutely everything. They know when they're running out of time. They know down and distance. They know how far they have to go. You're trained. You have a practice specific as the 2-minute drill.
Will Howard ain't no elite quarterback. We all know what happened in that game against Oregon.
Exactly. I watched that game, and then I watched some other teams. They also should be thrown on the fire pit. I'm gonna cut this short. Chicago Bears, it's time to push the plunger completely. Do what you have to do and jettison that entire office. If you gotta find a spaceship to strap Virginia McCaskey to and her to the moon, you do it.
Virginia McCaskey getting shot to the moon. That gets rid of a whole lot of in the front office.
The general manager's got to go. I don't know who this new coach is. You got to go too. The stench of Matt Uberfools is already on you. I can't take that chance.
There's more than just the Bears that need to fire everybody around.
Oh, they do. They do.
You got the Hawks too. The Blackhawks in Chicago need to fire everybody.
Yeah.
Because you do not lose 6-3 to the Columbus Blue Jackets.
More on that later.
6-3 to Columbus?
Yeah.
We'll talk about that when we get the hockey god going.
Caleb, I don't know what you got to do, but you got to get out of Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
They're about to effectively ruin you.
They already have.
Yep.
I know that, we all were like, oh, Caleb's not going to be anything. Yeah, he's not going to be anything when he's in Chicago.
Exactly.
If he goes to quite literally any other team.
Anywhere else.
It does. Even if it's the Giants, it doesn't matter. It's not Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
You know who needs...
And the Giants are actually firing people. So
yeah.
It's actually starting to look good.
You know who needs to be left in a Chicago Bears uniform right about now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Move Chicago to St. Louis. Bring a St. Louis team back. Hell, you could relegate Chicago to the UFL and bring the Battlehawks up. I do not care.
Those folks are the random musings of
They have a lot more, but they are not suitable for airwaves, for FCC airwaves.
You need to get the Mike Tomlin. We do not care.
Right.
a pause, and when we come back, it's my turn.
Oh, hell, the commission's showing up.
Something was proven to me. And I've been called Nostradamus because of it.
Uh-oh.
Back after this.
Is that why I saw the dually song?
This is Snowman in the Morning.
People tell me how lucky my daughter is to have been adopted. But really, we're the lucky ones. Learn more at adoptuskids.org.
This planet has been great to me. It's given me gifts that I can't even explain. It's given me adventures and memories I'll never forget. And Battleborn, I think, has given me the opportunity to go beyond and give something back. How can I be a better custodian to this planet and the place I live? That's where I am with Battleborn. Let's make the planet a better place.
Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy, and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can beat up black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, No, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Well, that explains the friggin' dually sitting in the snow right now.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody woke me up.
Oh, crap.
Oh, yeah, bud. Yeah, I woke you up. Sorry.
Dorsey, shut up!
Supposed to have the day off, but then I got woken up by someone telling me the Bears give me this. The Bears royally up a chance to win.
Yeah,
so
they
of
did.
course I'm out of bed doing my research. My wife's going, "Why are you not in bed with me? Because I gotta look at something." She said, "What are you looking at?" I'm looking at the last 2 minutes of the Bears.
Now, why would you do that, bud?
Shut up. Nobody asked you to say anything, Shorzy, so shut it. It's the commissioner's time. I saw those last 2 minutes. I saw that debacle. And I said, good Lord, great balls of fire. Virginia McCaskey, you's a witch. You need to be tied to a rocket and zipped off into space along with the rest of your crew in the front office. Because I can tell you right now, they ain't all football people. The coaching staff of the Bears has got to go. Everybody. You shouldn't have hired Matt Uberfools in the first place. He was a defensive coordinator, and that's it. Just makes you wonder who they're going to hire next. Oh, dear Lord. And I'd say y'all better have that settled before you go into the draft. Ryan Poles is a puppet, saying, yes, master, I'll do this for you. When they were about to pick somebody very different in the draft, the boss overrules him and says, no. That should tell you what kind of shambles this Bears team is in.
Yeah, and I hate to tell you something, Commish, but it all started with this idiot because they risked, doubled down, and are now hemorrhaging all sorts of money and playoff positioning for
DJ Ward. DJ Moore. DJ Moore was the dumbest signing the Bears could have ever made. And fans will come to me and saying, oh, he led the team in receptions. And shut up. When you don't have an offense diverse enough where you're only one dimensional, you're gonna wind up with somebody that has 90 receptions and 1,000 yards on the season. But if your offense is diverse, which is what the Bears claimed at the top of the year, riddle me this. Why weren't you using DeAndre Swift earlier in the season?
I've been asking that all year. Why are teams scared of running?
Why don't you have Cole Kmet fake taking a handoff on the goal line or something? But y'all messed me up, waking me up. I had to come in here and rant about the Bears yet again. Let me say something about that 2-minute stuff. That 2-minute drill was bogus. Why? Feature 2 sacks, an offensive penalty, and somehow the Bears convert that first 4th down. It was supposed to be 4th and 1, but the referee decided, hey, I made a mistake. I move it here. That was with the Bulls up 24-19. Now, that 2-minute mismanagement of the clock is the most mismanaged things I ever seen in my life. And I am nowhere near organized, but damn it, I got a better sense of organization than her. Why are you going to back out, which is what I know every receiving corps is going to perform and going to look at? So now I'm getting a note late this morning that they assumed the drive and Cincinnati just scored. It's now 35-35 as I'm looking at this in front of me. Riddle me this. Why don't you let Victor be the GM and the owner?
That would be common sense.
Because Victor will look at everybody's eval and tear it up and say, I just season go. Oh, I don't know, coach. You're fired. Get out of here.
All right.
See where I'm going? In short, the Bears are idiots. They are stupid, dumb, f***ing idiots. And the Camel Clutch Wrestling Academy needs to get a hold of these here fools.
Make them humble.
Forget champions. They need to make them humble. I hope I did that right.
Yeah, you did.
Now get out of my face.
Brian,
Nice.
Yes.
we got an individual to talk about.
We'll do that in a moment. We're still lighting up the Bears.
I'm
God.
actually already tired because I'm surprised we're wasting so much fuel on something that fuel doesn't need to be wasted on.
Don't worry, I got a big enough tank hooked up.
It's like what they say. Don't spend time on trash.
There's 1,000 jokes right there, but I'll leave it there.
Wait a minute.
All right.
We're not spending time. We're not spending time on trash, droid. Get it right.
Trays, 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 trays. Trays, 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 tray, trays, 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 trays.
Well, I'm going to give the floor to Droid because Aziz Al-Shair needs to be lit up. All yours.
It was 18 hours ago to where Aziz Al-Shair made a dirty hit on Trevor Lawrence. And don't tell me about he slid late because there was a 5-yard difference between Aziz Al-Shair and Trevor Lawrence when he slid. Now, I don't know if Snowman has the clip, but it was terrible.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It was not a good hit at all.
That's one of those the league office is going to have to look at.
And they should. Absolutely, they should.
Oh, you know for a fact they will.
And I made a tweet about it. And I said, this is definitely going to have to get reviewed. And if not, then what is the league doing? And I can't believe I'm saying this. I had to find out about how this had happened through Adam Schefter. The same NFL insider that tells us about 95% of the trades. You never want to see these hits. Ever. There is not a day in your life where you say, I want to see somebody get hurt. So I look at it like this. Something must be done by the Houston front office to get rid of this. Period. The end. Get rid of these type of plays. If you want it to keep happening, go right ahead. Be my guest. But that means your plays will keep getting suspended. And I actually know that this Al-Shair has a history of this.
That he
Remember
does.
when he tried to choke out Tom Brady when he was on the 49ers?
Mm-hmm.
Remember the late hit on Caleb Williams?
Yep.
I forgot his name, but I remember Al-Shair punched one of the Bears and then went to punch another. And he made a response today.
Uh-oh.
Let me read this to you. I'm waiting for it. He says, quote.
Hang on. If you're going to do that, hold up. He said what?
Quote.
I've always played the game as hard as I could, never with the intent to harm anyone. And anybody that knows me knows that. My goal is to hit you as hard as I can. Then I pray you're still able to get up and play the next play. And when the game is over, go home to your family unharmed, because it's not personal. It's just competition. We both are trying to do the same thing, which is provide for our families. I generally didn't see him sliding until it was too late. And it all happens in the blink of an eye. Can't blame him on that one. To Trevor, I genuinely apologize to you for what ended up happening. Before the game, we spoke and I told you how it was great to see you back out on the field and wished you well. I would never want to see any player hurt because of a hit I put on them, especially one that's deemed late or unnecessary. To the rest of his teammates, I can definitely understand you having his back and defending him in a situation like that. To the rest of the people who I've been called every single name in the book, from reporters with their hands ready for a story to find there. To the rest of his teammates, I can definitely understand you having his back in a situation like that. To find their villain, to raceless, and it's just getting into politics at the end. God knows my intentions, and anyone who has ever been a teammate or friend of mine knows my heart.
Well,
Rose quote. Now, I appreciate him going out and making a public apology, but saying that you hit hard versus, I mean, he did definitely say he apologizes. He apologized to the teammates, but where's the apologies to your teammates? I will definitely say that. I will definitely ask that. Where's the apology to your teammates? For basically almost ruining that game for you. I did take another look at the hit, and the helmet does not make first contact on Lawrence. The first contact is a proper hit. He tried to make a proper hit. I'll give him that. And if you've played football before, you know that sometimes it is too late. It is too late to take back your decision. And I know I went off on him saying you could just move out of the way, but no. When you're going at the speed Al-Shaair is to finally drop that hit, it's kind of too late. But
yeah,
I can't say enough when I say there's such thing as playing to hit hard and hope you get up, and playing to hit hard, and then as soon as they're down, that you try and fight everybody in retaliation.
Yeah.
You gotta learn self-control. It's all I can really say about that is you gotta learn self-control. So to recap what Al-Shaair has done this year. Punched Roshan Johnson, Bears running back, after a late sideline hit on Caleb Williams. Delivered the dirtiest hit of the year to T-Law. But you got to remember, just all the speed of football can definitely misinterpret his intentions. I will definitely say that. As a former linebacker myself, I've seen the speed of this game. I've landed a few what was called dirty hits at the time.
Hey, I'm a former quarterback. I've taken a few.
And I've definitely almost crashed out in a lot of games, but that was because we were playing rivals.
Yep.
Again, I don't, and of course, after getting ejected, he continued to look for a fight. To Jaguar Gator 9 NFL on Twitter. No, we will not kick him out of the NFL because he has plenty of time to learn. He has more than plenty of time to learn from his mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
I will definitely say this. You need to, how do I even put this? You need to give him a long suspension. I would say rest of the year seems fit because it was, at the end of the day, doesn't matter if T-Law slid late. It doesn't matter if he didn't see him coming. What we see is a dirty hit and a suspension that's indefinite. This and there's now a lot of immaturity I am seeing. I am seeing the immaturity of people editing his Wikipedia page. That's immature. That is so immature. I don't care how much you hate somebody. You do not edit somebody's Wikipedia page just because you think they're a bad person. No. There is definitely two dirty plays so far this year. But that is not enough to get banned from the NFL. We've seen way worse.
Yeah, we have.
I'm speaking of banned, I'm still mad about the Pete Rose situation, but we're not talking about Pete Rose.
For now.
I'm talking about the Houston Texans and Al-Shaair. Aziz Al-Shaair, if you are listening to this, because I know you're probably going to be tuning into every sports outlet you can to see what people are saying, I'm going to give you some positive words. Keep your head up, take your suspension like a man, and move on. That's all you can really do. Take your suspension like a man and move on. Now get up. Let's go to a break. When we get back, more of the Manic Monday edition of Snowman Multimedia.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code SNOWMAN for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
Do you remember our first group photo? This is it. Smiles all around, even though we were all nervous.
Who could have imagined that our first weekend together would soon turn into a lifetime of memories?
You're an amazing young man. Your brothers and sisters really look up to you. They're a big brother.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
There are so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
I ain't never felt so much love before in my life.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the high five strangers got, game-winning interception, first down, just a nice solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BT in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E. Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
S2E Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meat beef of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central. Sports bettors, listen up. Your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back and in our 30th year of action. With live in-game betting, incredible odds with daily odds boosters, props and parlays, fast payouts, and exceptional one-to-one customer service, we got it all. And when you sign up today and use the code Snowman, you will get a 125% deposit match on your deposit. Log on to BETUS.com or call 800-792-3887. That's 800-79-BET-US. BetUS.com, where the game begins. Attention sports fans, looking for the ultimate gear and apparel to show your team pride? Look no further than Fanatics, the #1 destination for sports enthusiasts. Visit snowmanmultimediasports.com today and shop a wide selection of officially licensed merchandise from your favorite teams and players. From jerseys to hats to accessories to collectibles, Fanatics has it all. Don't miss out on the chance to elevate your game day experience. Head over to snowmanmultimediasports.com/fanatics and gear up like a true fan with Fanatics. Officially licensed everything.
It's no secret. Today's consumer wants convenience and likes things on the go. They want to be listened to and receive instant solutions to their queries. This can often make or break the customer service experience. That's why it makes convenient interactions easy for you. Whether your customers want to connect with you via text, Facebook Messenger, Google, Instagram, or website, all messages now come to the one easy-to-use inbox, so you don't have to check a dozen different sites from the platform. From here, you can send SMS or email, answer questions, schedule appointments, take payments, and close more deals simply by messaging back and forth with your customers. When someone searches for a business like yours, they will look at your reviews. So unless you have more positive reviews, they'll choose someone else. Luck makes it easy to collect hundreds or even thousands of reviews from your customers. Simply send a review invitation or create automation that requests customer reviews right after the sale, or maybe right after a service is completed. It will take them 30 seconds or less to leave the review. Now those reviews will show up on the search result and increase your ranking that matters most. Plus, our advanced reporting will show you exactly where your leads are coming from and if your website or ads are doing their job. So why are you waiting? Put your business way in front of your competitors, get more leads, convert more of those leads to paying customers by getting started with today.
Mister? How do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Welcome back. Thank you all for being patient with me. I had to step away for a moment with the dog and with Droid, Snowman here. And I must say something about what happened in Orchard Park, New York last night.
Oh, boy.
Here we
I never thought I would say it this early, but given the fact that we're dealing with a ton of injuries right now, including possibly once again losing Christian McCaffrey to a season-ending PCL injury, This 49ers season is done.
Takes a lot of heart to admit that.
Yeah, this 49ers season is finished. And the main culprit for us was back in 2020. A ton of
Injuries. Yeah.
A ton of injuries.
I also think, personally, it's also your defensive coordinator.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Again, your offense, outstanding. Even without a lot of your key players, outstanding offense.
Yeah.
The defense, however, it's got a lot to work on in the offense.
And this is where I come in.
Takeaway.
Nick Sorensen, get out. You've taken a defense, a top 10 defense, in fact, that was handed to you on a silver platter, and you turned it into this. Now, is it all your fault? No. A lot of injuries had to deal with. But firing Steve Wilkes, I think, was stupid. And I know I'm half asleep. The coffee in front of me is not even helping me, and I'm speaking clearly out of emotion. I'll probably have a different view when I have time to process this. But after what I saw in the highlights this morning when I watched them before I went to bed, before I came in here, actually, because my beautiful wife queued them up for me. She says, I know you need to watch these. Man, Nick Sorensen has got to go, period. A top 10 defense that's turned into mush. No, Shanahan's not the biggest issue. It's no fair to criticize Shanahan, even though he had some stupid play calling throughout the year. Our main culprit has been we are beat up. We are absolutely beat up.
You know what? I like what Nightfall's saying, that y'all should hire Saleh as coordinator.
I think that should fly. I think that should do it. I think that should do it. And an absolute great defensive coordinator is Robert Saleh. He would be such an asset to the 49ers again. It would take the rest of this season and the offseason to put him back into shape, but he'd be a hell of a hire.
That's if you have the money to even hire him anymore, with how much you signed with CMC, how much you re-signed Brock Purdy for.
Yeah, that's an extension we're going to handle this offseason also, which is Brock Purdy. Okay, he's earned it. But we are beat up. We are beat up, man. And I had a fear that it would turn to this after we started the season without McCaffrey and without Trent Williams was gone last night. I think McCaffrey, and I agree with you, Nightfall. I think McCaffrey came back too early. You got two capable backs in Jordan Mason and Isaac Garendo. Give him the ball. And I think also this week, I think also you need to pull Purdy and let him get completely healthy, because he's not. He is not himself. You need to pull the plug on Purdy this year, even with 5 games left. Give him 5 weeks off. McCaffrey is not going to be ready by next season. I just have this feeling. Think back to what happened in Carolina, and it's happening again.
There's a reason I love Paul Maurice as a Florida Panthers head coach. It's because he forces all of his players to get fully healthy before they even touch a lick of that ice. And Nightfall brings up another point. Has no idea how to draft or even motivate
receivers. Yep, because Debo's gone after this year. We signed Brandon Ayuk to that ridiculous extension. Ayuk hasn't had the production, and now he's out for the year.
Should have let Ayuk walk. I'm sorry.
I agree. Especially after drafting Ricky Pearsall. That should have been the end of that. Josh Dobbs should lead this team the rest of this season. You allow Purdy to get healthy. You allow Kittle to get healthy, CMC to get healthy. And you got, like I said, you got two capable backs that can replace CMC. And I never thought I would say replace and CMC in the same sentence. But now, given the fact that his injury bug is finally struck, and I didn't think it would after a year and a half of a healthy McCaffrey starting every game, now you got to look ahead.
Now, I do want to say this. You would think after losing 2 Super Bowls in the Shanahan era, they would get sick of them. 2 Super Bowls that were completely winnable.
That should have been one.
Especially the first one.
That should have been one.
Especially the first one of 2 against the Chiefs.
Both of them should have been one.
Yeah, but my point about the first one, but my point about the first one of 2 is because y'all had the lead going into halftime.
Look, both of those Super Bowls should have been won because we had a 10-point lead in both of those games. But I'm focusing on this year. This is the time where I have to say it, and I got to be real. The Niners need to push the plunger and hit the reset button. This season's a goner. All right. You're hosting the Super Bowl in Santa Clara next year. That should be your goal, to be the host team in the Super Bowl. But to do that, you got to get healthy all the way around. You got to get the right defensive coordinator. Salah's available. And everybody has to report to camp healthy. Period. And you got to bring some people in that will know how to draft the right players. There were offensive linemen available. Now, you picked up Dominic Pooney, who is out for the year. He's in at right guard, okay? The offensive line needs to be our focus in the draft. Now, I'm bringing back that 49ers show. I'm bringing back that 49ers show next year. I started it this year, but then I lost track. Nah, Lynch stays. Lynch and Shanahan stay. They brought us back to prominence. Now they just have to get the right coordinators in place for us to win the doggone Super Bowl. Okay? Next year, Super Bowl 60 will be in Santa Clara. And we'll be there too. Just push the plunger and reset everything. And let's go. That's Snowman's take. What is yours? You're lucky you finished that in time, dude.
Right.
You're lucky you finished. You're lucky you finished that in time. All right, we've reached the start of the second hour. Take a break, and when y'all get back, a drunk Father O'Shaughnessy will talk about the Patriots. He's been banging on my door the past 10 minutes. We're back after this.
This is Snowman in the morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code Snowman for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
Do you remember our first group photo? This is it. Smiles all around, even though we were all nervous.
Who could have imagined that our first weekend together would soon turn into a lifetime of memories?
You're an amazing young man. Your brothers and sisters really look up to you. They're a big brother.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
You know, it took 20 years and I got my third child who was 17 at the time.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
I ain't never felt so much love before in my life.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BT in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
S2E9 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meat beef of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central.
Sports bettors, listen up. Your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back and in our 30th year of action. With live in-game betting, incredible odds with daily odds boosters, props and parlays, fast payouts, and exceptional one-to-one customer service, we got it all. And when you sign up today and use the code Snowman, you will get a 125% deposit match on your deposit. Log on to BETUS.com or call 800-792-3887. That's 800-79-BET-US. BetUS.com, where the game begins. Attention sports fans, looking for the ultimate gear and apparel to show your team pride? Look no further than Fanatics, the #1 destination for sports enthusiasts. Visit snowmanmultimediasports.com today and shop a wide selection of officially licensed merchandise from your favorite teams and players. From jerseys to hats to accessories to collectibles, Fanatics has it all. Don't miss out on the chance to elevate your game day experience. Head over to snowmanmultimediasports.com/fanatics and gear up like a true fan with Fanatics. Officially licensed everything.
It's no secret. Today's consumer wants convenience and likes things on the go. They want to be listened to and receive instant solutions to their queries. This can often make or break the customer service experience. That's why it makes convenient interactions easy for you. Whether your customers want to connect with you via text, Facebook Messenger, Google, Instagram, or website, all messages now come to the one easy-to-use inbox, so you don't have to check a dozen different sites from the platform. From here, you can send SMS or email, answer questions, schedule appointments, take payments, and close more deals simply by messaging back and forth with your customers. When someone searches for a business like yours, they will look at your reviews. So unless you have more positive reviews, they'll choose someone else. Luck makes it easy to collect hundreds or even thousands of reviews from your customers. Simply send a review invitation or create automation that requests customer reviews right after the sale, or maybe right after a service is completed. It will take them 30 seconds or less to leave the review. Now those reviews will show up on the search result and increase your ranking that matters most. Plus, our advanced reporting will show you exactly where your leads are coming from and if your website or ads are doing their job. So why are you waiting? Put your business way in front of your competitors, get more leads, convert more of those leads to paying customers by getting started with today.
Mister? How do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Oh, welcome to the House of New England, everybody. I am slightly hungover, Father O'Shaughnessy. Trust me, I feel like I've taken a few too many of these off of my head. Yes, Snowman. Apparently, the big dog's wheel is actually detachable. So go figure. Speaking of being detachable, that's what we have become here in New England because of the Patriots season. I mean, we had the opportunity to punch the ball in from the red zone 3 different times, and we've only settled for 6 points, including a sly boot that should have been a chip shot that went wide. What type of bull crap are they running here in New England? I mean, I know we've got 38-day-old Mayo that got frozen last night and thought he was a head coach. But unfortunately, he just couldn't end up getting it to the promised land. And don't even get me started on the Bears. Oh, dear God, that cluster train in Chicago. I believe the term that we had for Virginia McCaskey was a witch, but we need to add money-hungering, idiotic one in front of it.
I think Victor agrees with that.
I do.
Because Virginia McCaskey don't know jack when it comes to football.
Ain't that the truth?
She hired Matt Eberflus. That says everything you need to know. I mean, it's not like Pennywise and Joel down in Dallas, but still. Oh, my children, this was a game in New England that we should have won. We outclassed Indianapolis. We outclassed them in every aspect of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow we still lost this game by a point. One singular freaking point we lost this game by. Because apparently they decided to raid the Don's storage unit and grabbed all the shotguns and decided to shoot themselves in the foot. That's all the banging we heard around Foxborough last night. Everyone raided the Don's closet and started doing everything that New England did. Kapow! Oh, I've already thrown this season away, and I'm starting to believe most other seasons are going to be getting thrown out too. I mean, our team in the God and the Bruins are only currently sitting a game above in the loss column. What in the world is going on with the Bruins? Granted, I know our goaltending sucks, and Shorzy, shut up. I know you got something to say. But my child, I already know how bad it is up here in Boston. You don't need to remind me. At least the Celtics are being the Celtics, even though... Wait a minute, we lost to Cleveland last night?
Oh,
we actually lost to the... how is it everybody puts it here? Cleveland. Cadavers? We actually lost to them. Dear God, help us if we lose to them.
Unfortunately, you did.
Oh, this was a bad day to be a New England fan. Oh. But in all honesty, we already know the biggest fixes for all of New England. Get rid of the 70-year-old Kraft mac and cheese bread in the front office. Get rid of the 38-day-old Mayo as a head coach. Maybe we could actually survive something because we're looking at only having 3 wins this season. Last time New England had that, I wasn't even alive for it, I don't believe. That says something. Oh. My children, I don't know what to tell you except at some point even I'm going to need to go to a confessional. That's going to be coming, I'm sure, later this week or start of next because you'll have not heard the stuff backstage you're going to. Father, shut up! We're working on it. That'd be the construction crew working on the set for that. Don't mind them. In closing, my children, please pray for all the New England sports because, quite frankly, we need it. And also pray for Dallas because Dallas, y'all are just screwed. Y'all got Joel Jones down there. I don't need to tell you how bad off you are.
We are already aware.
In Chicago, for the love of God, get that money-hungry witch out of your front office and you might actually survive this. In San Francisco, you have my prayers. Your season's already toast because of injury.
Yep. Prayers accepted.
So go and enjoy the final month of the year, my children, because frankly, even I can't enjoy it because of how bad this team is. And with all of that being said, go enjoy. And quite frankly, ladies and gentlemen,
you fool!
Yes, I know, I am one. What is the point? Oh,
a bunch of...
Yeah.
Shut up, bitch!
All right.
Yep.
Hey, Shorzy. You ready?
Here we go.
All right, Shorzy, what you got for us?
Well, the Chicago Blackhawks still suck.
Unfortunately, yes. And this is from a Blackhawks fan. I've been a Blackhawks fan since '85. Okay.
And the Blackhawks are going on an original 6 road trip tonight. They're going to Scotiabank Center in Toronto, Ontario, to face the Maple Leafs. At 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central. The Devils are facing the Rangers at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. And the Stars, who upset the Winnipeg Jets 3-1 last night, are going to Utah to face the Utah Hockey Club, the most mid-team in existence.
Oh, they are formerly
Now,
Coyotes.
now, since we're here, I believe we're waiting on Spivey. Let's go ahead and just. I know what everyone's picking for Stars Utah if we are doing picks. It's a clean sweep for the Stars. I know this.
I'm not awake enough to pick.
Nor am I.
Devils Rangers is the only one I think would be split.
Devils.
Where are they playing?
At Madison Square Garden.
Devils.
Rangers, but it takes overtime.
I'm gonna say Devils. Jack Hughes is too much.
Only reason I ain't going with the Devils is they ain't got Dominic Hasek. So give me the Rangers.
Yeah, they're 9-2, better than they were with Hasek.
Yeah.
Hawks Leafs. The Hawks need that win easily. This is a must win for the Hawks because we're almost to the halfway point of the season. Once basically New Year's hits, it's halfway, and we have and you know what? Executive decision.
Oh,
we are calling the Winter Classic.
No, we're not.
Well, then I'll call it. I don't care.
Good. I'll set you up with an alternate channel, but New Year's Day.
I don't even think it's on New Year's Day anymore. I think they moved it to like a day after.
No, we're talking about the college football BS we got to deal with starting next month.
Actually, the Winter Classic is on the 31st, New Year's Eve.
Yeah, because NHL knew they were going to get their butts handed to them in the ratings with all the college football playoff going on.
So even better.
So who's in the Winter Classic?
It is the St. Louis Blues versus the Chicago Blackhawks.
Aren't they doing that
at Wrigley?
They're doing that in Wrigley.
They should do that at Soldier Field.
That's what we already said when we talked about it.
They should do that at Soldier Field.
But I like these winter classes because it really opens people's eye to how small an actual ice hockey arena is compared to your Soldier Fields, your Wrigley Fields. Compared to any other field, you will see that
Raggedy
ice
ass.
hockey.
They gotta have it a raggedy ass field.
They're tiny. They're very tiny.
They gotta have it at raggedy ass field.
And I want to say I'm definitely not happy with my Panthers, but we're back in the lead in the Atlantic. So I guess
Victor,
I can say I'm happy.
Do you ever want to see raggedy ass field host
Nope.
another game?
Nope.
Me neither.
Ever again. I'd rather not see it ever again.
So I'm gonna do a little thing called If the Playoffs Started Today.
Oh boy.
Okay.
If the playoffs started today, these teams would not be in the playoffs. The Lightning would not make the playoffs. The Sabres, the Red Wings, the Senators, and the Canadiens would not make the playoffs. The Blue Jackets, Islanders, and Penguins from the Metro would also not make the playoffs. Notice how I only said 3 teams? That means 5 teams out of the Metro would make it.
Mm-hmm.
In the Central, the Colorado Avalanche, the Utah Hockey Club, the St. Louis Blues, the Nashville Predators, and the Chicago Blackhawks would not make the playoffs.
Mm.
In the Pacific, the Anaheim Ducks, the Seattle Kraken, and the San Jose Sharks would not make the playoffs.
Wow.
And these would be your matchups. Just based off of overall record, Capitals would be number 1 in the East. So that means they would play the second wild card, which would be the Philadelphia Flyers.
And they'd smoke them.
It would be a Caps Flyers matchup. And then the Panthers. Oh Lord, this already looks good. If the playoffs started today, we would have an Eastern Conference final rematch in the first round, Panthers Rangers.
Oh damn.
And then it would be another classic matchup again for the 3rd year in a row, Leafs Bruins.
Damn.
Actually,
See you, Toronto.
Actually, no, 2nd year in a row because we beat you in that 1 year.
Yeah, all I gotta say is see you, Toronto.
And then it would be Devils, Hurricane. No, I think you lose to Toronto this year. This is where the streak ends.
Bull.
In the West, the Wild lead the Central with 36 points, tied with the Jets, but they say the Wild are on top. That means that they would play the Calgary Flames in the first round. It would be a Jets Stars matchup. We already got a preview of what that would look like last night, and it looks like it would be an amazing playoff matchup. I can't even say that. And it would be Golden Knights Oilers. That's a classic.
I got one of them tomorrow night.
And then the Kings and the Canucks would be your final playoff matchup.
Oh boy!
I want to say this. Chicago has every ability to climb their way back up the standings. Remember where St. Louis was in their cup year? They were bottom of the league. They came all the way back. And yes, Snowman, I'm saying there's a chance.
A chance.
That your Blackhawks could go play some playoff hockey.
Well,
the Sharks... I'm sorry, as a Wichita Thunder fan who, if you don't know, the Wichita Thunder are an affiliate of the San Jose Sharks. Yeah, no, that ain't happening. You are not making playoffs a day in your life. With all that talent down in the ECHL, no, you are not making playoffs.
Let's take a pause, and we'll have Jay Spivey and some more stuff. When y'all get back, this is Snowman in the morning. What?
You sound exhausted.
I am exhausted.
I think we all.
Let's take a break. See you when y'all get back.
This is Snowman in the morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code Snowman for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family, so the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BET in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E-Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
S2E9 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meep of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central.
During bad weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
What's your emergency, please?
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays, so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
Sports bettors, listen up. Your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back and in our 30th year of action. With live in-game betting, incredible odds with daily odds boosters, props and parlays, fast payouts, and exceptional one-to-one customer service, we got it all. And when you sign up today and use the code Snowman, you will get a 125% deposit match on your deposit. Log on to BETUS.com or call 800-792-3887. That's 800-79-BET-US. BetUS.com, where the game begins. Attention sports fans, looking for the ultimate gear and apparel to show your team pride? Look no further than Fanatics, the #1 destination for sports enthusiasts. Visit SnowmanMultimediaSports.com today and shop a wide selection of officially licensed merchandise from your favorite teams and players. From jerseys to hats to accessories to collectibles, Fanatics has it all. Don't miss out on the chance to elevate your game day experience. Head over to SnowmanMultimediaSports.com/Fanatics and gear up like a true fan with Fanatics. Officially licensed everything.
It's no secret. Today's consumer wants convenience and likes things on the go. They want to be listened to and receive instant solutions to their queries. This can often make or break the customer service experience. That's why it makes convenient interactions easy for you. Whether your customers want to connect with you via text, Facebook Messenger, Google, Instagram, or website, all messages now come to the one easy-to-use inbox, so you don't have to check a dozen different sites from the platform. From here, you can send SMS or email, answer questions, schedule appointments, take payments, and close more deals simply by messaging back and forth with your customers. When someone searches for a business like yours, they will look at your reviews. So unless you have more positive reviews, they'll choose someone else. Luck makes it easy to collect hundreds or even thousands of reviews from your customers. Simply send a review invitation or create automation that requests customer reviews right after the sale, or maybe right after a service is completed. It will take them 30 seconds or less to leave the review. Now those reviews will show up on the search result and increase your ranking that matters most. Plus, our advanced reporting will show you exactly where your leads are coming from and if your website or ads are doing their job. So why are you waiting? Put your business way in front of your competitors, get more leads, convert more of those leads to paying customers by getting started with today.
Mister? How do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Yep. How am I not surprised? Bossman!
Just put him off screen. Just to be respectful.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Glad you're ready.
Jay's not here right now.
Lord, it's been a long week for.
It's been a long week for everybody. I mean, Thursday through for me was chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
I got sick after Thursday, and I'm suspecting that it was food poisoning. Because immediately after Thursday is a bit suspicious. Immediately, especially after Thanksgiving, it was definitely a bit suspicious. So that's why I'm suspecting that I got food poisoning. I don't know from what, because the roast was cooked perfectly. Because we don't have roast on Thanksgiving, we don't have turkey on Thanksgiving. We have roast. And we also had some birria at the table. It might have been the birria. I'm not even gonna lie. But there's definitely a lot of key factors. But I called it out before we went to break. I said, "Snowman, you look tired."
Yeah.
Yep.
And I have enough energy because I'm young. I'll just be the first to say this. I'm younger. I'm the youngest on the show, which means I have a lot more energy than everybody else on the show.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how old Victor is. Shaner, I know he's old.
Shut up.
I'm 40.
Yeah, hold on. I might just do a little bit. This is why I said we gotta have Dr. K's number, but I don't even think she's home. I think she's at work.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what to talk about because I already did my hockey.
Yeah, we did.
Formula One.
Oh, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Open up the garage.
I think you're right.
That beautiful BMW M3. We're taking control while Snowman's getting some rest in. We will do the dog's garage until Spivey gets here. Take it away, dog.
Well, as we all know, the NASCAR season wrapped up a few weeks ago, which means the only stuff we've got left is Formula One. We've had a couple of interesting races, Vegas and Qatar last night, or I should say yesterday morning. Max had the championship clinched, and now we kind of get to see where, if people really didn't give a crap, where they'd be sitting. And as it turns out, Red Bull isn't exactly as stout as people thought.
But it doesn't matter, as Max Verstappen has officially been crowned world champion. He is now a 3-time world champion and 3 times in a row to be in fact. And I have a weird feeling that he's going to win a 4th and pull a Sebastian Vettel.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me any if he did.
I feel like he's going to win 4, and then he's just going to team hop. It's going to be team hopping.
Yeah. Now, my biggest thing is, we've seen the performance of the Ferraris this year. They've been a little more hit or miss. How's Lewis going to do with them next year?
This hurts when I'm looking at it. Well, I'll talk about the thing I'm looking at while we do music stuff. But I want to say that the Ferraris have been doing amazing. And also a lot of credits to Piastri for learning the McLaren and getting up in the standings. He's now he's now a top 5 driver in F1 right now. And with Lewis leaving to Ferrari next year, where does that leave Carlos Sainz is one of my biggest concerns.
Yeah, we know Carlos is going to be looking for a ride next season because where is he going to end up? I mean, wouldn't it be interesting if Carlos takes over Checo's ride?
A return to Red Bull for Carlos? I don't know. A lot of people are trying to avoid Red Bull now, is from what I'm hearing. I hear Mr. Yuki Tsunoda could be getting that promotion, but I believe they said that. Hold on, because I don't know about Perez's seat. Let's take a look real quick. Live research, people. Sergio Perez set to leave Red Bull.
Mm-hmm.
So he will be gone. So that seat will be open. I think that goes to Yuki, and Carlos goes back to the feeder team.
Now here's the monkey wrench in all of this. General Motors was actually approved to come into Formula One.
However, that's not until the year after next year.
Yeah, not until 2026.
And I think that is going to be a big American team, the second American team on the grid, and the only double nation team on the grid. Actually, I think so. Until this upcoming next year, where the current Sauber will be German owned, it will be Audi owned.
Yep.
We'll have 2 German teams on the grid in Mercedes and Audi Autosport. What do you think about this whole Audi entry and how F1 handled it?
They were actually relatively smart about it, bringing in a different manufacturer. I mean, they're kind of doing the same thing with what GM's doing with Cadillac. It's just a matter of getting them caught up with the regulations when everything changes in 2026, which is why I think they were holding off until then. Is why build a car under current regulations if you got to change it a year or 2 later?
Yeah, and you got Audi with unfortunate. But they're doing the same thing with Cadillac. But one of the worst things that they did with Cadillac was they just, I don't know. It's just there's definitely not any good signs with this Cadillac team.
There's no continuity right now. I mean, the biggest thing
is running it. Like the current Andretti legacy is running it. I don't think this is going to go far. I think this is a 2-year team at best. But if we got the Andretti's running it, then maybe it will run longer. And I don't think it's going to come in under GM Cadillac. I think Andretti's going to push for it to be called Andretti.
It wouldn't surprise me if they did, because I mean that's just what his team is.
But I wouldn't be surprised if it's called Penske at the end of the day.
Right.
You know how Richard Penske is with getting teams in other motorsports. How much he pushed after he got his NASCAR team. How much he pushed to get into Indy. You know, if he makes his first chance with F1, I wouldn't be surprised to see Roman Grosjean return to the grid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, that's where Roger was doing his business to begin with sports car racing, and then, he brought it into NASCAR, took time off from NASCAR, went into open wheel and look at the success he had in Indy, and then went back to NASCAR
How many champs in IndyCar in the last few years have been from Penske? There's got to be at least
a handful, a pure handful.
a pure handful. And that just tells you the success of Penske. And then Joey Logano also winning the NASCAR championship this year. Also another win for Penske.
Mhm.
But speaking of NASCAR, I think this is Logano's last year at Penske.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's gone
Because
after 2025, to be real with you.
It's just his inconsistency. It's killing him. You look at his start of the year. I remember we called the start of the year races. Daytona, Atlanta. We didn't even make the Kansas, sadly, but
It was just the fact that Logano was too inconsistent at the start of the year, and then it finally started picking up, once summer hit.
yeah, and I think this is where Daniel Suarez really gets his breakthrough. I think this is Daniel Suarez where this is the year of the Suarez. All right. This is the year that Daniel Suarez goes to a new team and he shows everybody, hey, I can win a championship.
Right.
I am like we saw him at Joe Gibbs. He was okay. And
Mhm.
he shows us what he can do with a Chevy engine. And the Toyotas have been falling off, but you also got to realize that we got some new cars coming in next year. So we got a lot of teams getting a third car. I think Front Row's getting their third. You got 2311 getting a third driver. Which they already confirmed to be, I forgot his name, but he's
Riley Herbst.
Yeah, Riley Herbst to be the third driver alongside dude, I know Bubba Wallace is one, and
Reddick.
Damn it, you didn't give me time to think. Tyler Reddick. I also think Austin Dillon's gotta go. He gotta go.
Yeah. I mean,
I think you pulled Richard Childress. Listen, pull the trigger. Get rid of Dillon. I would much rather see Ty Dillon than Austin Dillon still racing.
Yeah, a lot of people feel that way. Austin's just been way too inconsistent for one to be driving that car, and then just when he has done stuff, it's either been by fluke or just flat out running somebody over.
Remember that fluke he had? I believe it was against. I believe it was Daytona.
Oh, you mean when he dumped Almirola going into turn 3?
Mm-hmm. That was a fluke.
No, he just flat out reared him. I mean, let's be real about it.
Yeah, if he didn't do that, then he wouldn't have won. And that's what people don't realize about this sport now is that this is how the sport's been for years. You wreck somebody for a win.
Yeah.
I mean that's all Dale Earnhardt did, and y'all praise him. That's all Dale Earnhardt Sr. did.
Earnhardt only did that a handful of times, according to the lore.
There according to, but there's also a lot of races that haven't been fully documented, and a lot of people have said, yeah, he wrecked them.
Well, yeah, I mean that's what Earnhardt.
But
that's what Earnhardt was good for. At least putting 2 or 3 on the hauler.
You'd see, like, this is from Richard Petty, this is Dale Earnhardt Sr., this is Bill Elliott, this is Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Johnson. A lot of those legends that y'all praise have wrecked somebody for a win.
Yeah, Gordon did it a couple of times, and I
think Johnson, the only time Johnson did it was when he lost his cool.
Yeah.
Because we know Johnson is known for not keeping his temper.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
But yet again, that's what they have to do on the short tracks nowadays.
Especially places like Dover, with it being one of the shortest tracks on the schedule next door to North Wilkesboro. But North Wilkesboro is the All-Star race and has no real meaning. And that's the thing. That's the big problem I have with the All-Star race. Just scrap it. Just bring back North Wilkesboro on the schedule entirely. I don't care if it's a short track. I don't care about all of that. Run it in heats if you have to, like you did do with the LA Coliseum. I don't care. As long as it's an actual race that has meaning, I don't care. And don't worry, Victor. He's out like a light. All right.
Now, speaking of the Busch Clash, it got moved for next season
Again.
to Bowman Gray, the
Bowman
Madhouse.
Hold on. No.
The Madhouse. Yes, it's confirmed on the schedule.
North Carolina.
Yes, sir.
You mean the abandoned track?
It's not abandoned, dude. Bowman Gray, the Madhouse, is hot from April to September every year.
Listen, but it's been abandoned by NASCAR while everybody else has, came back and constantly raced there. That's what I'm saying.
NASCAR has said we are going to Bowman Gray next season. Yep.
Lord have mercy, am I? Because I've seen the late model races there. Amazing races. It's in Winston. For those who do not know, we're back. That's basically back in North Carolina, Winston-Salem, North Carolina. If you want to go to that race, it's at 1250 South Martin Luther King Jr. Drive in Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
As we get the shameless plug in for Bowman Gray, you guys are welcome.
That is going to be Saturday, February 1st. So they moved the date as well.
Yeah, because that's, I think, the week in between the championship games and the Super Bowl.
And I'm looking at this, and people are ecstatic. They said this. They're saying this is way better than whatever.
Well, I mean, I get where some people are coming from because A, it's an actually established track instead of one that has to be hauled around and put up. So I get where they're coming from with that. But it's the same size as the Coliseum. You're running on a quarter-mile oval. Like, we're not going to see chaos happen here.
Oh my dude! On the half mile of North Wilkesboro, I'll be honest, I was so happy to see the cars running there again. I think I wasn't the only one. Dale Earnhardt Jr. cried when he saw the cars.
It was
there.
because of Dale Jr. first getting North Wilkesboro scanned for iRacing that people said, "Wait a minute, maybe we can actually bring this thing back." And sure enough, look where we are.
Well, it was not only the scan, but it was also what was it called? He has a series on Fox.
Abandoned Speedways.
Abandoned Speedways.
It's on
that was
Peacock.
another big part to why the North Wilkesboro came back, and it's another reason why a lot of people found out. You remember the old stories of, I believe it was the one outside of New York, and it was on a jet. It was literally on an airport, like an airport.
Yes. I know what you're talking about.
Like right outside an airport near New York, like those old tracks. Like Dale Jr.'s visited all of them, and even the most deadliest tracks in the United States, Dale Earnhardt Jr. has visited.
Yeah, I mean, there used to be a track up here in Maine that was maybe about an hour or two from my door, a Rundle, that used to hold a speedway that was famous for a long time.
In my city, it was abandoned by NASCAR, but not abandoned by Porsche Cup. It wasn't abandoned by the Welshland Series. It was not abandoned by the it wasn't abandoned by NHRA.
Heartland Park.
Yep, Heartland Park. Dude, going to those NHRA races, I got earplugs like somewhere back there, dude. I go to those a lot because NHRA at Heartland is an amazing event, and there's a reason that road circuit is used in Porsche Cup racing is because it's a good enough for those beautiful cars to be racing on.
Oh yeah, easily. And the trucks ran the road course for a while. ASA ran the road course for a while.
At least bring it to the Xfinity. I'll say that. At least bring it to the Xfinity.
I could see, Xfinity running back there again. It would make sense. But again, you also have to look at, when could they get it scheduled, do this, do that. And unfortunately, good luck with that since they're now running Mexico next season along with Rockingham. Yes, the Xfinity guys are going to Mexico with us, and they're also having a date with the trucks at Rockingham.
Rockingham. I'm on it.
NASCAR going back to its roots, man. Rockingham was on the speed. Was
That's
on there
all
for a long time.
That's all these last few years have been, is going back to your roots. And there's a lot of stadiums that I think now need to be taken off the schedule. A lot of tracks I think need to be taken off the schedule.
There's a handful that we could do without, but unfortunately, you're looking at there being quite a big fight in places.
Dude, remember Kentucky when that was actually ran?
Yeah, I remember.
I think Lebanon, Tennessee needs to be removed off the schedule. Nashville Superspeedway permanently.
Well, what's wrong with Nashville?
Everything's wrong with Nashville. The repave has made it boring racing like Kentucky. It is basically just Kentucky Part 2. I'm sorry, but there's nothing good about Nashville. There has not been an entertaining Nashville race since it has touched the schedule.
Not even the quote unquote 5 overtime thriller that Logano won on gas mileage.
Nope. If you have a race that wins on gas, I'm sorry, I'm not sold.
Okay, so we say Nashville does disappear. What track in that area would replace it?
Get rid of the All-Star race, have a set of weeks off, and then put North Wilkesboro in place of Nashville.
I don't know, man. I mean, you got to look at the area that you're taking away from. You got to figure out something that would draw people there, and that's why you got to look at this from a booking.
You're talking about in terms of locativity.
Yeah, that's what NASCAR has basically done a lot of.
I gotta say, Nashville is not a place for NASCAR. It's been undersold for years. Like, literally, the cheapest tickets at Nashville, you want to know what it is? $10.
Damn.
$10. That is not NASCAR money.
No, it's not.
That's like going to see the late models.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be something you see on a local track.
You know what? Kansas City. I got another one that I could think of. Of course, Lamar Hunt Jr. wants to bring more to Kansas City, so I wouldn't be surprised that bleeper decides to build decides to try and rebuild another racetrack. But I'm like, Lamar Hunt, you got Kansas Speedway. Stop trying to do more.
Yeah, exactly.
It's on the Kansas side of Kansas City.
Right.
Oh, Lord. But we're going to go to a break, and then we're going to end the garage here. We're going to go to a break. I'm going to have my little music rant, and then we're going to end it.
We will be back shortly, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully everyone will be here. But in the meanwhile, back in the deuce.
This is Snowman in the morning.
People tell me how lucky my daughter is to have been adopted. But really, we're the lucky ones. Learn more at adoptuskids.org.
This planet has been great to me. It's given me gifts that I can't even explain. It's given me adventures and memories I'll never forget. And Battleborn, I think, has given me the opportunity to go beyond and give something back. How can I be a better custodian to this planet and the place I live? That's where I am with Battleborn. Let's make the planet a better place.
Whether it's news, the largest egg.
Oh. Yipe.
You know, we were running that to let you kind of not get startled.
I appreciate it.
You're good, man. Don't worry about it. And Spivey here or not?
No.
No, he popped in a couple of times, I noticed, and then bounced out.
Oh, man.
Don't worry about it.
If Spivey, if you're listening to this, apologies. Everything has just been on the whack today.
It's been a crazy Monday.
and we hope to have you in either later this week or next Monday, if possible.
All right, y'all. We are getting out of here.
All right.
Need to. Because all I know explain later. Have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. Always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, they're simply not big enough. Dream big, do bigger. We are, and we hope y'all are too. Out.
See you tomorrow, y'all.
Virginia McCaskey, you a money hungry bitch.